Hi, I'm Jess. Welcome back to my channel, Chilling Like a Villain. And today we're going to be talking about my booknerdathon TBR and my end of year TBR. Okay, so on this channel I don't do TBRs because I don't like to limit my reading, but I have a few books that I wanted to finish before the end of the year and that have been on my shelf for ages, and I thought that it would be a good time to try and get through them. So, some of them are going into the booknerdathon TBR. I will leave all the information below because right now my internet is not working, so I can't find out the proper names and I don't want to get your usernames wrong, but you can type in the TBR name to YouTube and videos will come up. This readathon is in December. I think it's the 7th till the 24th, so just up until Christmas. The first challenge is read a book featuring a video game. The suggestion for this was Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I personally have never had any interest in reading that book, so I'm going to leave this question and see if I find something that I want to read. The next challenge is read a graphic novel. For this, I'm going to read Saga Volume 1. This is a space opera. It's not for kids, but I've just heard really good things about this. I really like that kind of weird sci-fi, so I'm really excited to get to this one. Third challenge is read a book featuring mythology. Now, I have a few choices for this one, but the forerunner is, of course, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. This has been out, for 10 years now. It's just been the anniversary, and I've never read it, and I feel like I need to get on that. Next is read a book that was turned into a movie. For this, I picked I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. This is a period novel set in the past, and it follows a family who live in a crumbling, rundown castle, and all of the things that happen to them there as they run out of money and try and get through their lives. And there's lots of love and romance and rivalry and all of that good stuff. I don't know what it is about winter and Christmas that really makes me want to read period drama and period novels, or even novels that were written then, like classics. I don't know. I think it makes me feel more cozy, I think. Yeah, so that might be a running theme. We don't know. The next challenge is read the first book in a series. Now, I am already reading The Lightning Thief, so that would still count. But I may read A Curious Beginning, which is the first Veronica Speedwell mystery. It just came out this year, just a few months ago in October, and it is the newest Deanna Raybourn novel. I love Deanna Raybourn. She writes a lot of historical mystery, but she has a series which is here, which is the Julia Gray series, and that's the series she wrote before this one. And I really want to finish that one before I get to this one, so we will see if I read this one. Small side note, if you do want to read the Julia Gray series and the Veronica Speedwell series, you don't have to have read them both. They have nothing to do with each other in terms of characters or anything. I just want to finish the Julia Gray series because I'm like halfway through. So, next one is read a book featuring new technology. For this one, I'm going to point you all the way back to question 2, which was read a graphic novel and say saga, because I'm just using it for both challenges. The next challenge is read a middle grade book. Now, as I said, I am reading Percy Jackson, so if I'm having a bad reading month, then I will use that one. But I also picked The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I don't know why I forgot that. I love her. Secret Garden follows Mary Lennox, a young girl who goes to stay with her cousin and new guardian at an creepy old manor, and finds a secret garden and brings life back to the manor. I'm really excited to read this one because I read A Little Princess by the same author and I adored it. I think I gave it 5 stars. These are children's books, but I think that they're the kind that you can enjoy as an adult as well. And yeah, I really want to read this. Also because the film used to scare me when I was a child because I don't think I didn't understand it. So yeah, I really want to read this and love it as much as everyone else does. The next is read a novel set in a school. Now for this one I picked Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I've wanted to read this for ages and ages and ages since I saw the film with Kristen Stewart in it. And especially now that I read Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson and I gave it 5 stars and it was like pretty much the best book I read last year. So I really want to read more by her. The thing about Laurie Halse Anderson is that her books deal with very realistic topics and very dark topics. They are still for teenagers, but for instance, Winter Girls follows a girl with anorexia, and Speak follows a girl that's been raped. Now, after this traumatic event, she stops speaking, hence the title, and it's about her recovery and her trying to deal with that. So it's not going to be a light novel, but it's been one that I've wanted to read for a long time. So for Laurie Halse Anderson's books, there are obviously major trigger warnings for certain things, so I would just, if you want to read her, just look and make sure that it's not going to trigger anything in the different books. Next is read a random book. Now this can be a book that's picked out for you, it can be a book where you close your eyes and pick it, and that's what I did off the list of the books that I wanted to get through, and it also happened to be Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, so that's convenient. And the last challenge in the Nerdathon TBR is read a sci-fi book. Now, again, Saga is probably going to cover this, but if that doesn't, I'm going to choose... Please don't fall on me, please don't fall on me. So after that awkward flailing, this is my maybe sci-fi book, Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This follows a cyborg mechanic. It's a retelling of Cinderella with a sci-fi twist. This series, I've heard nothing but good things, and I've heard it only gets better, and I haven't been spoiled a lot for it, so I want to read it before I get too spoiled, because I think that's why I didn't enjoy Throne of Glass, because I got spoiled for it. So yeah, everyone loves this, everyone raves about it, and the last book just came out, so I feel like I need to catch up quickly. So that is my book nerdathon TBR. Now we're very quickly going to just get into the rest of the books that I want to read, but are not for any kind of challenge. I just started Walk on Earth a Stranger by Ray Carson. I'm not very far through, but I am enjoying it, so I really want to finish that quickly. And then get on to my 2 library books, one of which I have started, which is Jane Austen, Still My Best Friend. It is the sequel to I Was Jane Austen's Best Friend. These are middle grade historical books centered around Jane Austen and her cousin, and they're really cute. And the second book I got from the library is Falconer. I don't really know much about this, I've just heard of it, so I just picked it up because I think that I'll be able to get through it quickly. And it follows Aliena, who is a Scottish princess, but also murders fairies because they killed her mother, and there's lots of adventures. And now, the rest of my books are not in any particular order, so I'll just start going through them. First is A Dark and Twisted Tide, which is the 4th Lacey Flint book. They're all by Sharon Bolton. And there is The Kiss of Deception, which is the first book in the Remnant Chronicles by Mary Eve Pearson. Then we have Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell, Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, The Tiger in the Well by Philip Pullman, which is the 3rd book in the Sally Lockhart series, The Silver Blade by Sally Gardner, which is the sequel to The Red Necklace, the rest of the Julia Gray series by Deanna Rayborn, Johnny Panic and the Bible of Dreams by Sylvia Plath, Pillars of Creation by Terry Goodkind, which is the 7th Sword of Truth book. If that's not too ambitious for you, I'd like to maybe get to Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, Lumine by Megan Kaufman and someone else, and then the 2nd Kira Darby book by Anna Lee Huber. So that was my super ambitious end of year TBR. I think it's more of just a general view of what I want to read next, also going into January. So yeah, I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I don't read them all, because there is a lot there, but some of them, because they're middle grade or they're small, I'm hoping that I can just get through. So that was a bit of a mess, but thank you for watching my TBRs, and I will see you again soon.